Welcome to the Drury Panthers Coaches Show, presented by Hold Fast Brewery. Steve Casson, the host of the show, along with the head coach of the Drury Panthers, Jeremy Law, and assistant coach Cliff Cook. And guys, yesterday you had your Scarlet and Gray scrimmage, and you got a chance to see what this team is made of. I know it's a mixture of some returners and some new guys, but overall, your impressions?
Yeah, I think we're happy. It is what I expected, and we have a deep team this year, 32 guys on the roster, so I'm excited with the guys, the new guys we brought in, plus was thoroughly impressed with some of our returners as well.
Yeah, I agree. It was nice to have some game atmosphere for a change. We've been practicing for a few weeks now, and you know how that goes. Guys get a little antsy and want to have some game action, and we thought having that scrimmage yesterday was a good way of kind of getting some energy out that they've been holding in, and also getting a chance for us as coaches to do some game day evaluation before we start the regular season next week.
Obviously the first time coaching this team, so there's some things you had to look at. Maybe the way players were last season versus what you want to accomplish this season. Do you feel like maybe you've got the message through already so early?
I would hope so. I mean, we'll find out next week when we start doing this for real, but I think there is an excitement level, especially with the guys that were here last year in the difficult time that was. We don't need to get too much into detail there, but they, their excitement level seems to be pretty high, and they've quickly kind of bought in. But again, you never know till we start playing games. But we're very optimistic. As Jeremy will probably tell you, we have extremely high goals, not just for this year, but moving forward. And so there's a lot of work that needs to be done to achieve those, but I think we're more than capable of being there.
And Jeremy, we've talked before during yesterday, the Scarlet and Gray scrimmage, and 32 rostered players, but anything can happen from school situations to attrition to injuries. When someone says, I've got 32 players, do you kind of look and say, yeah, but that's our cushion?
Yeah, it's like I told you yesterday, it's going to be tough because we're going to dress 22 in a game and take 24 on road trips. So there's going to be lots of competition to get into the lineup or get on the road trips, and so it's going to be a problem for me trying to have 32 good players to choose from and trying to narrow that down. But with that comes good competition and guys pushing each other, and like you said, yeah, anything can happen. Injuries. I think in 1 year, five years ago, when Cookie and I were coaching at Missouri State, we had 7 AC joint issues at one time. So having that many guys definitely helps to make sure you got 22 healthy bodies at any given time.
Okay, so Jeremy Law, head coach of the Drury Panthers, and of course Cliff Cook, the assistant coach. And guys, this of course is a team that you have to recruit maybe, or do you feel that you have to recruit a little bit differently? Because right now you're Division II. You want to be at Division I, but how do you convince guys, or do you even have to, that, hey, stay with us, we'll be Division I shortly?
Yeah, I think obviously that's no secret. That's our end goal here, is to get to the Division I level where Cliff and I have coached, and that's kind of our program's goal. So right now we're just focusing on having a really good year at Division II, and I think everything will fall into place if we achieve that. So with that being said, it's a very easy program to recruit to. The school takes really good care of our players, and we provide a lot of things. We offer a lot of scholarships and things like that. So getting to that next level is definitely the plan, and the first goal is just being successful this year and going from there. So.
Speaking of players, we've got 4 players lined up to talk to, and the first one we will talk to will, I believe, if I look at my list correctly, Francis Young-Menard. Then we'll talk to Keegan Ferguson, 2 of the newcomers.
Yeah, those are 2 exciting players for us, like everybody really, but those 2 we can kind of talk about specifically. Francis comes in as a junior transfer. He's had a couple of years of NCAA Division III experience at Castleton University, and then he was at another school prior to that. But big, strong, tough defenseman with a cannon for a shot. and has already shown great leadership skills. So he's going to be an important piece on the back end of our team. And then Keegan Ferguson was, and I'm not kidding when I say this to you, Steve, more than 3 points per game player with the High Prairie Red Wings in the GMHL last year.
So you're expecting no less than 3 per game
Oh,
here?
absolutely. Yeah, as I'm looking at him across the table right now, he better get us that this year. But he was more than 3 points a game. I think he ended up with close to 200 points or something last season and was not the league MVP. Figure that one out. There's guys better than him, supposedly.
So there
I
you
don't
go.
see it.
Yeah.
But no, they're exciting players to bring in to add to a team that already had good talent on it, just needed to be harnessed. So, no, we're excited for both of them and the rest of we have 13 new guys, so and they're all going to contribute in some way.
Joining us are a couple of Drury Panthers, including Francis Young-Menard and Keegan Ferguson. And guys, welcome to Drury Panther Hockey. First of all, we'll start with you, Keegan. What made you decide to go to Drury Hockey?
It really all started when J-Law gave me a call and told me about the program and stuff. And he got me really interested in it. He sounded like he was about ready to build a good program here, even though it's only in its second year. It was a fresh start for me, new opportunity, travel around some more, live out my dream playing hockey. So it wasn't really a tough choice for me, and I'm glad I made it.
You played in juniors, 200 points, and you were not the leading scorer.
No, I wasn't. It was a good year for me, yeah. But there are a couple guys that played out in Quebec and in Ontario as well that also had really great years. I don't know. There's not really much else to say. Shout out to my line mates for helping me with that. But yeah, hopefully I can have another season like that this year.
Coach was looking at you when we were talking to him, and he said he better have at least 3 points per game.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. So, in the scrimmage yesterday I had 2. So hopefully we can carry that out into the regular season.
What is your goal for this season? Obviously, juniors are going to be a little bit different from college. You're going to have all the responsibilities of study and that, and rules are a little bit different. So how are you going to adjust to all that?
I don't know. Well, obviously school is going to be my main focus out here, but hockey is definitely number 2 for me. Try and balance each and out every day, come home from school, head right to practice basically, and then as soon as practice is over, you hit the books. So we're balancing it pretty good right now. Hopefully I can keep doing it throughout the year.
Francis Young-Menard also joining us, defenseman from St. Paul in Quebec, Canada. You're from Castleton, NCAA. What made you decide to come over to Drury Hockey?
Well, I just wanted to look for a better opportunity somewhere, and I heard from someone about Drury, and then Coach Luck came to me, contacted me, and told me all about the program, all the place around, all the options that can give me right now and in the future. And as Keegan said, second-year program, it's still trying to build a culture. So that really got me excited to come to Drury.
You got a chance to play in the Scarlet and Gray game yesterday, and first time to be on the ice in a while for both of you? And maybe a competitive game, let's say.
In competitive game, yeah, like in an actual game, yeah, it's been a couple of days, but it was fun. It was you get try to know people, their play style, and because of that game, we know more about the players, and then be ready for the next weekend against Oklahoma State.
That's going to be a tough series with Oklahoma State. Yes, they're kind of a new team, but you guys are too. You assume that you have the best coach, right?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. He's since the beginning, he's a great talker, and he knows how to bring confidence to his players. and there's nothing better for a player to have confidence. So when we go out there, it's we know what we can do, and then we do our best, and he's good at that.
Well, guys, we'll talk more during in-depth interviews at game time, but welcome to Drury Panther Hockey. Joining us now on the Drury Panthers Coaches Show, presented by Hold Fast Brewing. A couple of returning players here, and that is Patrick Labutis and Cody Larenko. And guys, obviously a new coaching regime now. You've had a chance to see the differences. What are your thoughts right now as you just played the Scarlet and Gray game?
I think that we got a whole new group of guys here. We're coming back with a couple older guys that decided to come back this year with the coaching change, and those guys are putting in a lot of work. We have a lot of competition here this year, especially with all the new guys coming in. So the compete level's a lot higher in practice, which is what we needed. But I think we have a really, really solid team this year, and I'm really looking forward to it in general.
Yeah, just to echo that, I think the boys are super excited. I know I'm super excited. Like the guys that came back, obviously came back because they love playing hockey here and they love what we got going on. And it's cool that our coaches and the new guys seem to share that passion for the school and for our team as well.
Okay, you guys immediately come off as very quiet and mild-mannered, but you're not that way on the ice, are you?
Far from it, I think. Both of us are both very loud on the ice, off the ice too.
Who's the biggest cheerleader right now?
What do you think, Pat?
Like from our team?
Yeah, either in the locker room, on the ice. I mean, it's only one game and maybe some practices, but...
Well, Ferg wasn't on my team in the game yesterday, but I think as the guy that just got off, I think Fergie is always hyping the boys up. Like when we're in the weight room, he's always getting fired up, and I love it.
So yesterday, Cody, you had a goal.
Correct.
But Patrick said, I'm going to score 3. So you get a hat trick in yesterday's game. Do you feel like a little bit of healthy competition? I know it's just a practice game for better terms, but in the real game situations, do you guys feel any competition, or is it just whatever it takes to win?
I think there's competition. Like obviously that's not it's our own team, right? So you take that into account. Sure. But I think a couple of other teams have already played this week, so just to get one under our belt and just like to skate with the line and the group of guys that you're gonna skate with next week it was just nice to get out and play with our guys a little bit.
Now that you're returners and you've had that first season under your belt, we'll ignore the whole coaching change and all of that, but what are some of the goals that you guys want to accomplish this season?
Like ultimately, like any team, like we'd like to win. We'd like to, like a lot of people last year, I feel like on some of the media platforms that cover college hockey, we got the short end of the stick. We got clowned a little bit, and so to just prove that, hey, like we were a first year program, but we have some talent and we have some guys that can play, and we're gonna try to show that this year. So I think that's the goal for us, but for a lot of the guys on our team too, to show that like we've got something over here.
For a lot of the newbies, they may be entering an era where Drury hockey moves from Division 2 to Division 1, and you hope you're part of that?
I would love to be 100%. Part of that. We're hoping to play well enough that at around the New Year's time, we can get some good news and have something to keep pushing forward through the end of the season, and looking forward to next year.
Championship tournaments are so different when you get to Division 1.
For sure. I don't doubt it.
Cody Larenko, Patrick Labutis, guys, thanks for joining us here. And again, do you feel like maybe this is your first season? And I mean that because, and we will use the coaching change as a difference here. Do you feel like it's your first season?
150%. I think we're ready to go. We battled for training camp a couple weeks. These guys were all ready to go here. The compete level is very high with this team this year. And honestly, I feel something special with these guys. Like, we've seen the competition at the D2 level last year, and looking at our team this year, I think we have something special. I think if we keep pushing, we'll make a big name for ourselves this year. So that's really the end goal.
Patrick?
I do think it's nice to be a returner because just the feeling of going to class and going to the rink feels normal. But as far as the excitement with the new coaches and the new team, yeah, for sure. I think it's a brand new hockey season. We haven't played in 6 months, give or take. How can you not be excited? So yes, I'm fired up.
All right. Well, season is just about to get underway. You got to play a couple of games on the road, but after that, you'll be right at home at Jordan Valley Ice Park.
Yes, sir.
Guys, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having us.
Appreciate it.
Joining us now is the assistant coach of Drury hockey, and that is Brett Lathan. And Brett, you're the assistant twice now, obviously new year and then this year. But the one thing that you have that I don't think a lot of people really know is when the old coach moved on, they needed somebody to kind of keep the program together, and you were kind of that crutch until head coach Jeremy Law and assistant coach Cliff Cook came aboard. Let's discuss that just quickly here. Obviously it's hockey, you probably love hockey, but what was the impetus to keep things going?
Well, it was an interesting situation at the time, and I mean, the reason I wanted to keep it going was the boys. I'd gotten to, I had a pretty good relationship with them pretty quickly. I realized their passion for the game. I have the passion for the game, and so I'll just give you the quick rundown. We lost our coach. The athletic department had talked about turning the program off at that time, and I went into the athletic director and told him, please let me continue on for these boys. And at that time he made some phone calls. I think there was a lot of things already set in place. He made some phone calls and got it approved, and we went on and had a pretty successful second part of the season. But I mean, these boys are great. They work their butts off every day. It had to be done.
Sure.
I couldn't let it end that way.
At least trying, right?
Right.
So now you're second year, and in a sense you're maybe the outside guy looking in, because now you're seeing the tale of two teams. You're seeing what you went through last season, and now you're seeing what you're going through this season. But I mean, you throw the percentage out, at least 100% difference in what you're seeing right now, maybe organizational-wise, the way that head coach Jeremy Law and assistant coach Cliff Cook kind of bring that responsibility to some of the players.
Yes, their professionalism as coaches are far better than what the program started with. And you know, I give the old coach a lot of credit. He got the program up and going, and that's not a task that is easy. But it is different, and it's not just the coaches. It's the boys. They got a year underneath them. These returning boys, I can tell how hard they worked in the off season. The way they've come back in condition and their abilities have improved. The new talent that we brought in. It's going to be a great season. It's going to be a fun season, and I'm happy for the boys from last year, the ones that I've gotten to know very well. I'm happy for them to be able to be part of their success going forward.
I mentioned this earlier to Cody Larenko and Patrick Labutis that they're guys that are kind of going through what could be a very transitional school or college career, because Drury, starting as a Division II team, could very well in the next couple of years be a Division I team, and they might be seniors as a Division I player. Mm-hmm. That's a good transition, and I'm sure a transition at this point that you, when you were part of the start of Drury hockey, would like to see. Obviously, you have to start somewhere. You got to figure out kind of where the place is, mm-hmm. and I know with head coach Jeremy Law and assistant coach Cliff Cook that they want that numerical one to be their division here pretty quickly.
And I think the boys that we have that talent and especially give them another couple years, you're going to see some good things out of these boys. And our record last year was not strong, and we had the issues that we went through. We had injuries. I can remember some of our last games. We had 12 kids. But this is a different story. We got a lot of players that are going to push each other, and they're only going to get better. And when D1 happens, and it will happen, when D1 happens, these boys are going to be ready for it.
32 players right now. And again, anything can happen. It's a season, but at least you have that cushion for now, and
Right.
it builds healthy competition.
Yeah. I mean, our goaltenders are all phenomenal, and they're going to have to compete day in and day out. We have great players. Yes, the competition you could see from last night's game. It got a little chippy, which was great, and they were very spirited and very competitive.
I will tell you one thing, that Drury's probably number one in the league is swag. Everything that I've seen is top notch.
Yeah.
You see the helmets here and the gloves and the
Our masks
jerseys, the masks. Unbelievable. I mean, this is something that I don't think I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
So at least we're going to throw that number one out there, and that's going to be for all the swag that you guys have.
I've said this all along. I've been in Springfield for quite a while now. I've always been very impressed with the way that Drury supports their athletics, and this is case in point.
Absolutely. Brett Lathan.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to get it wrong.
Everybody does.
It's the way it's spelled, right?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way
You'll
it
get
is.
it wrong a whole bunch more.
Yeah, probably on the air many times.
Ask my son when he shows up to school. So, yeah.
What do they call him? Different names?
Yeah, they just butcher that last name.
Absolutely. Okay, Brett Lathan. Got it right.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
You're watching the Drury Coaches Show. Hold Fast Brewing is our sponsor. Thanks for joining us. Head coach Jeremy Law, assistant coach Cliff Cook. I'm Steve Casson. As we round things out here, guys, the Drury Panthers, of course, getting ready to start again. We've talked to the players, the coaches, and everybody involved, and I know there's more that Drury is involved with. And I mentioned to assistant coach Brett Lathan about the swag that you guys have. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to get into who kind of created half of this stuff.
No,
Coach
that's all right.
Cook, but
Just
that.
this, and one other. Yeah, this is Brett Sweet's mask, Josh Robbins' mask. I had a little hand in as well. Grayson Skirpin did his own, and it's really nice too. He's the one that's got the Bob Barker tribute on the back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That had to come pretty quick.
Well, he did that. He actually had that last year.
Okay.
Yeah, he already had Bob on there. Dr. Bob Barker, as I've since discovered at Shoemaker Hall over on campus.
Absolutely.
It says Dr. Bob Barker, but yes. But no, I did this design for Brett, and I did a design for Josh Robbins as well. And as you can see, getting kind of in the weeds here, hopefully you can see on camera, is the 150th anniversary of the university logo. They're on our game pucks this year as well. And then there's going to be another surprise coming up soon that people will see at our home opener. That's about all we're going to say right now, but there's a bit of a surprise coming related to the 150th anniversary.
Nice.
I just realized we're probably going to need new masks next year.
We are going to need, I'm going to have to do another design for next year because actually Josh Robbins has the 150th anniversary logo as well.
Thanks for spending more money on the budget there, Cookie.
Well, since you mentioned that, that's a good segue.
Yeah, it was.
It's not why I was, but,
No.
we are doing a Champions Challenge sponsorship donation program here that starts this week. We're going to put all the info online on our social media accounts, but basically there's been $100,000 that's been donated to our university that is a matching gift. So if fans, parents, sponsors want to donate online, I think it starts
Tuesday, September 12th at 10 a.m.
So online gifts donated towards us get doubled. So if someone wants to donate $50, our school matches that, and that money goes straight to our program.
We'll have more information about that in the description below the broadcast here on the YouTube page. But yeah, it's an important event for us. Our boys are heavily involved in that as well. So
every little bit helps, and we have big goals and big ambitions here, so that costs a lot of money. So
we talked about the number one. That's kind of the theme here. Of course, the team wants to get to Division One.
Yep.
I mentioned that you guys are probably number one in swag across the league. Everything looks good. And the first home game of the season will be September 29th versus Maryville right here. That will be opening night for season number 2.
Yeah, we're excited. As of right now, we have scheduled to have the Drury band there. Drury cheerleaders are going to be there.
Nice.
I know a lot of the other sports, especially the non-NCAA sports, but even the NCAA sports make appearances, and we're hoping for a big crowd. You know, we were used to big crowds where we were the last few years, and we're expecting to get the program to that point at Drury as well, to where we're hopefully selling out Jordan Valley Ice Park every time, and we think we're going to have an exciting product on the ice to get people fired up.
Folks that were able to tune in to the second half of the broadcast yesterday.
Oh, that was entertaining, Steve.
Wasn't
that was
fun?
entertaining.
So that is our new location. If you want to go, it's on Web Sports Radio's webpage. But we were doing testing and things like that. I know you're using some of the footage for this coach's show, but we've been moved.
Yes.
We were moved from our previous location for the past 18 years to now up into, I don't know what, I know.
You're in the luxury skybox.
Sometimes change is good, Steve.
This is, this is the optimistic view of it. You're in the luxury skybox now.
Yes.
Maybe we start charging you admission for that.
Until people start standing in front of me and I got to have a usher shoo them away in the skybox. But no, it'll be fun. We worked out some kinks. We got some things set up, and our very first interview was with head coach Jeremy Law.
Saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Kind of put me on the spot, but I hope I did okay there.
No, you and Scott Lutzke are doing a phenomenal job. You know, we saw, even just last year while we were still at Missouri State, the changes in the presentation. It was always, a great presentation, but I think you would agree adding Scott was a huge thing for graphics and doing all that fun stuff.
Oh, 100%. I didn't have to do it myself anymore.
Yeah, and then I have to give a shout out to Amari for the camera work yesterday. We love Amari. He's been around here for a while, and he did a phenomenal job.
He did a great job. I hope, I believe, I think he's going to be our camera guy.
Amari, if you're watching this, you better stick around.
100% you better stick around, or you've got 3 people going to hunt you
down. That's right. That's right.
But no, it's fun. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to a full season of Drury Panther hockey this year.
Well, we're thankful for you, Steve. You do a great job, and I know our fans. I know my dad up in Canada loves watching your broadcast, and I know our fans and parents are very thankful. So
I know people tuned in yesterday that are from all across, and they're looking forward to it too. So we are also.
Perfect.
No, we're excited. Again, a little poor segue here, but excited about our partnership here with Hold Fast Brewing as well.
Absolutely.
So very thankful for them getting on board this year and hosting our coaches show. The end of this broadcast, just like everyone will do this year, we'll have their event schedule up. There's a lot of fun events here. Anybody who knows me knows this is kind of my home away from home, but it's a great location. Literally 550 feet door to door from Jordan Valley Ice Park.
It is. It's great.
The Hold Fast. So it's a great pregame spot for our games and any other games over there. And so come and visit the crew here at Hold Fast. They're awesome people. Carol and Susan McLeod, and I've seen Susan walking around here today. I think she's back doing some brewing, but the sisters opened it up, and it's been a phenomenal
well, in fact, the tile you see behind us, this is original Firehouse tile.
It is original, and actually, hopefully by the next time you see our show, there's actually going to be a mural back here they're working on. This used to be the area where their merchandise was set up. They've now moved it to our right, your left, and they're going to put a mural up here. So that's why it's a little blank.
DU Panthers mural?
I don't think they're going to do a DU Panthers mural. I think but it'll be a Hold Fast mural. But yeah, no, it's a fun place, and like I said, great location for pre-gaming and post-gaming.
It'll be fun.
Awesome. Well,
guys, anything more?
I don't think so. This has been fun.
It's been great.
Got the first one out of the way.
We did. A lot of takes, but we did. It's good. This is the Drury Panthers Coaches Show, hosted by Hold Fast Brewing. I'm Steve Casson. Thanks for watching, along with the head coach, Jeremy Law, and the assistant coach, Cliff Cook. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next time.